3.2, write linear equations given a point and a slope. We are going to be using y equals mx plus b, slope intercept form. I have a slope and I have the y-intercept. We're working backwards now. We're going to create the equation. Y equals my slope, x, and my y-intercept is -3. I have my slope, my y-intercept. I can write an equation of a line. If I have m and I have b, I can write an equation of a line. Example 2, my slope is -1/3 x plus 5 for the y-intercept. Example 3, y equals, my slope is 0 and my y-intercept is 2. This is a good answer, but a perfect algebra answer. What is 0 times x? 0. This is a horizontal line that has 0 slope. I can write an equation given the slope and y-intercept. On example 4 and 5, find the slope, find the y-intercept, write an equation of a line. My y-intercept is at -2. I'm going to go up the line until I find another point that's exactly in the corner of a box. And then I'm going to rise and run for my slope. Rise 2, run 1. Clean up your answer. 2 divided by 1 is 2. Therefore, the equation of a line is y equals 2x for my slope and -2 for the y-intercept. Example 5, my y-intercept is at 3. And I'm looking for another point that's in the corner of a box, exactly a point. And then I'm going to rise and run. Rising down 3 means -3, and then running 2 in the positive direction is 2. Rise -3, run 2. This slope does not simplify. My equation of a line is y equals -3/2 x plus 3 for the y-intercept. I can write an equation of a line given the slope and the y-intercept. I can write an equation of a line given a graph. And now we are going to write an equation of a line given a point and a slope. I have the point -3, 1, and the slope is -3. I'm still using slope intercept form, y equals mx plus b. I see I have my m is -3. And I also have coordinate, a point, and this is going to be my x and my y. And I'm going to substitute in x, y, and m. Let's see what we have left. Y is 1 equals m times x. My slope is -3. My x is also -3. And then I have plus b. If I have m and I have b, I can write an equation of a line. We do not have the y-intercept b, and we're going to solve this equation to find out what b is. First, we have to start by simplifying the multiplication. -3 times -3 is 9 plus b. Now we have a one-step equation. We're going to solve for b. Subtract 9 from both sides of the equation, and we get b equals -8. If I have m and I have b, I can write an equation of a line. Y equals -3x for my slope, -8 for y-intercept. This time we see on example 7 that y is 3. And then we have our slope times x. Our slope is 4/5. And x is 5. And we have plus b. We need to start by multiplying 4/5 times 5. Do you remember how to multiply fractions? We're going to create a fraction with the 5 by putting it over 1. If you don't remember how to multiply fractions, you can just multiply straight across. 4 times 5 is 20. 5 times 1 is 5. And when I simplify 20 divided by 5, I get 4. I am hoping that you are using the techniques that we learned this year for multiplying fractions. We're going to simplify our numerator and denominator. I see that I have a 5, a common factor of 5 that I can divide out from the numerator and the denominator. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 5 divided by 5 is 1. And we get 3 equals, multiplying straight across, we get 4 times 1 is 4. And then 1 times 1 is 1. And I'm not going to put it over 1. Just going to say 4. So we found 4 here by cross canceling. And we're going to solve for b. We get b equals -1. If I have m and I have b, I can write an equation of a line. Y equals 4/5 x minus 1 for the y-intercept. Example 8, go ahead and pause the video and try this problem. We start by simplifying, multiplying -2/3 times -3. A negative times a negative is a positive. So I'm going to make those positive. I'm going to make my 3 a fraction, and then I'm going to look for that cross-canceling numerator to denominator. I see I have a common factor of 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 3 divided by 3 is 1. And when I multiply straight across, I get 2 times 1. Positive 2 times positive 1 is 2. Solve this one-step equation. I'm going to subtract 2 to both sides of the equation and get b equals -4. If I have m and I have b, I can write an equation of a line. Y equals -2/3 x minus 4. We're going to start by simplifying. 2/7 times -1 is -2/7. Nothing's going to cross cancel. We're just multiplying by -1. We need to put -2/7 on the opposite side. So we're going to do the opposite sign. Plus 2/7 plus 2/7. We have our 0 pair that cancels. What is -1 plus 2/7? We need a common denominator, and that would be 7/7 equals 1. So -7/7. What is -7/7 plus 2/7? We have our common denominator of 7. And then -7 plus 2 are different signs, so we subtract and take the sign from the larger number. Again, if we have our slope and we have our y-intercept, we can write the equation of a line. Y equals 2/7 x minus 7.